Hello there, I'm Kate Miles from the Mind Body Reset, and I'm here today to talk to you about our breakfast cereal challenge. Now, the problem with breakfast cereal, milk aside, as with many things, is that most people find it hard to stick to recommended portion sizes. So whilst the occasional small serving here and there might not seem too bad, the amount of problematic ingredients we are ingesting in conjunction with our habit for sweetening the bowl daily tends to add up very quickly. But why is that a problem? Well, not only do cereals contain empty calories that most of us don't need, they generally contain masses of hidden sugar before we even start to sprinkle liberally. And for those of you who have health concerns, this is the issue over and above whether or not your weight is as you would like it to be. But what's my beef with sugar? Well, sugar is a short-term energy provider, which is sadly and swiftly followed by an energy slump. And it's this slump that's the real problem, because it encourages you to eat more sugar as a quick pick-me-up, especially as your brain is hardwired to take on board as many high-energy calories as possible, just in case you hit a famine one day, which of course is an unlikely prospect for most of us. Also, sugar, and therefore most breakfast cereals, promote the production of inflammation in our bodies, and those containing gluten, which we cannot properly digest, also trigger an immune response, and therein lies the extra big concern. Now, inflammation has its place in the early stages of healing after an injury, but when it's in your system on a regular basis over a long time, it promotes all manner of ills. So if you have ongoing energy concerns, pain, or an inflammatory or autoimmune condition, then being aware of the role that diet plays in regulating your inflammation levels is key. So rethinking your cereal intake would be worthwhile. As with everything though, if you want to stop, don't go cold turkey. Wean yourself off gradually to minimize sugar withdrawal side effects and increase your chances of success. So, are you someone who can eat a little of something as an occasional treat, or do you have a bad brekkie habit? If you can just top up on the occasional bowl and you're generally well, then have this easy option once in a while. But if you have health or energy concerns, then you'll be much better off without any cereal at all. But as you start to cut back, what might be a healthier alternative? Allergies allowing, you'd be better off having an experiment with cooking an omelette in the oven, otherwise known as a frittata. You could add numerous elements like mushroom and tomato, or why not make your own low-carb muesli from ground flax, chia and desiccated coconut, plus dried fruit, mixed nuts and seeds? You can even buy ready-made no-carb cereal online, or as a cheap and easy start you could give porridge a whirl. Whilst oats are carbs, they are better than most, so this could be a very useful stepping stone. Now, I wouldn't recommend the ketogenic diet in general, as it's very extreme and can create nasty side effects, but they certainly have some creative takes on all our favourite staples and treats, so it could be a useful addition to your breakfast armoury. But don't fall into the trap of just buying gluten-free instead. It may be an improvement if you're allergic, intolerant, or understandably want to cut back on gluten, but these products are very processed and still have high levels of substitute carbs, so contain more sugar than you'd expect. But if you are definitely keen on cereal and you choose a low carb to no carb option, is it okay to add regular milk? Now, milk does contain lactose, which is a sugar, plus adults don't have the right enzymes to digest milk anyway, so you may want to consider a swap for maximum benefit. Do avoid soya though, even if unsweetened, as it can upset your hormones. And whilst looking for other options, do read the labels. Now, if you cannot pronounce most of the ingredients, then walk on by until you find something more natural, and for preference organic. And if you really must top it all off with a sweet addition, then there is such a thing as coconut sugar. It's still sugar, but less problematic. Don't go there with artificial sweeteners though, other than perhaps stevia, as they're highly processed and treated by the body as sugar anyway. So in the spirit of moderation, I encourage you to start with reducing your daily intake, try out a few alternatives, and then as we move forward through the challenges, don't put cereal back into your diet regularly. And as you start to cut out next month's point of concern, try to use these challenges like a positive accumulator, so each month you maintain your existing changes and begin to erase the next item on my hit list, ensuring your health starts to gradually improve. allowing you to see a change for the better in your symptoms, especially with regards to energy, pain and inflammation levels, plus your mood may well even stabilise too. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that helpful. Goodbye.